Hello there everyone, this is Dream Hunter 7 and welcome back to another dream video. In this episode, I'm actually going to be reading an article about our dreams. And apparently, according to American Academy of Sleep Medicine, dreams can actually anticipate future events. Okay, meaning our dreams can predict the future. Okay, so let's go ahead and study about it, okay? Or read it. Now, dreams result from a process that often combines fragments of multiple life experiences and anticipates future events according to novel evidence from a new study. Results show that at least 53% of dreams were traced to a memory, and nearly 50% of reports with a memory source were connected to multiple past experiences. The study also found that 25% of dreams were related to specific impending events, and 37% of dreams with a future event source were additionally related to one or more specific memories of past experiences. Future-oriented dreams became proportionally more common later in the night. So they're saying at least 50% of the dreams are from the memories, right? And then nearly 50% of that is because of multiple past experiences. Now, 25% of dreams were related to specific events, meaning impending events, meaning like something's gonna happen with your life. And 37% of dreams are future event source, meaning the 37% of those dreams are relating to future events that you're anticipating on. Meaning like kind of like saying what you want the future to be. You know, it's basically like saying like, okay, well, I want this future, and then that's what you see in the dream. Okay, so this is good and bad. So for me, I think it's good because you kind of like reenact, or it's kind of like a reenactment of future events. Saying like, for example, if you have a job interview coming up, then you most likely will dream that and then possibly like kind of go over it in your dream. So then when the actual real thing happens, then it's not going to be your first time there. You get me? Right? So I don't think it's bad then, because then you're anticipating it, then you're kind of preparing for it. Or for example, if something you don't want to happen, then you see it in the dream, and then from there you can actually say, okay, well, how can I prevent this from happening? It's kind of like role playing it in that dream, or kind of like practicing how not to do that in real life, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So it reads on, humans have struggled to understand the meaning of dreams for millennia, said the principal investigator Erin Wamsley, who has a doctorate in cognitive neuroscience and is an associate professor in the Department of Psychology and Program in Neuroscience of Furman University in Greenville, South Carolina. She also says that we present new evidence that dreams reflect a memory processing function. Although it has long been known that dreams incorporate fragments of past experiences, our data suggests that dreams also anticipate probable future events. So like what I've been saying, from that 53% of dreams are memory. Now this data that she is saying, this Erin Wamsley is saying that besides dreams from your past, it also suggests that you're anticipating that future. That's why sometimes when a dream happens in real life, then that means that you actually dreamed of it before. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but I'm just saying in another word, that's what's happening here. That's what the study is about. The study involved 48 students who spent the night in the laboratory for overnight sleep evaluation using polysomnography during the night. Participants were awakened up to 13 times to report on their experiences during sleep onset, the REM sleep and the non-REM sleep. Now, for you guys that don't know, we have two types of sleep. Okay, just to make it basic, you can actually just do your own research. But the non-REM sleep versus the REM sleep. Now, the REM, REM, that's what's called the restless eye movement. Yeah, right here. So the non-REM is non-rapid eye movement, and then the REM is the rapid eye movement. So basically, the non-REM is the first thing that happens within, I think, probably before an hour. That's how you basically try to dive in the sleep. Okay, you dive into that, and then once you dive in deeper and deeper and deeper in sleep, then once you go to the REM sleep after like an hour or an hour and a half or so, then you get to have those vivid dreams. Okay, so the more relaxed you are, of course, the more comfortable you are sleeping. That's why sometimes when we just have a nap, we don't usually dream, is because we haven't been to the REM sleep yet. So it varies from person to person, but at least most commonly it's about an hour and a half before you actually dive into the REM sleep. Again, non-REM sleep first, you don't dream there as much, and then the REM sleep, then you have those vivid dreams where you actually wait, I'm dreaming. Okay, so hopefully and that makes it kind of clear. So it reads on, the following morning, participants identified and described waking life sources for each dream reported the previous evening. A total of 481 reports were analyzed. Now, Wamsley saying, this is a new description of how dreams draw simultaneously from multiple waking life sources, utilizing fragments of past experience to construct novel scenarios anticipating future events. Now, what does she mean by that? Now, I think she's saying here, in other words, that when we dream, we do kind of draw something from the past, okay? Fragments from the past, whatever. But in our dreams sometimes, it does take some of the fragments from the past, but then it also takes some fragments from us anticipating the future and then creating this novel, kind of like a movie for us to see the future. So meaning if, for example, like the one I said, the what do you call this? Oh, the interview. So meaning you have a bunch of interviews, right? So from the past fragments of the interview that you got from 5 years ago or something like that, let's just say, for example, then it will take that fragment and then use that fragment to make a new scenario anticipating the future event that you're gonna have that new interview in your life. So it's kind of like that. Okay, hopefully I'm not wrong. Please comment down on the section below what you think about that, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of like the gist of it, right? Okay, so now it reads on, according to Wamsley, the proportional increase of future-oriented dreams later in the night may be driven by temporal proximity to the upcoming events. So in other words, like I said, when you're excited for a field trip, then you dream about that field trip, kind of like that. While these dreams rarely depict future events realistically, the activation and recombination of future relevant memory fragments may nonetheless serve an adaptive function. Okay, what does she mean by that? So I think what she's saying here, while the dreams rarely depict future events, so while dreams, you don't dream the future events usually, but sometimes you do, the activation and recombination of future relevant memory fragments may nonetheless serve an adaptive function. So meaning your past experiences has a direct correlation, meaning like has a direct impact on you dreaming about the future. So if you're doing something from the past that you always do, and then you're going on that in the future, like for example, a job interview, sports that you always play, video games, if you always do the same thing from the past, then most likely you will dream about the future from those past fragments. That will be like the seed, and then growing into a tree of that future dream that you're gonna be doing because you've been doing that. So the more vivid or the more experience you are on the past from that certain thing that you're anticipating in the future, then most likely you will get that dream vividly. So you will dream about that future from those past experiences. So hopefully I'm not like confusing you more than the article itself, or hopefully I don't confuse you at all. So last paragraph here. The research abstract was published recently in an online supplement of the journal Sleep and will be presented as a poster beginning June 9 during Virtual Sleep 2021. Sleep is the annual meeting of the Associated Professional Sleep Societies, a joint venture of the American Academy of Sleep Medicine and the Sleep Research Society. So there you go. The takeaway in summarization, like I said before, dreams result from a process that often combines fragments of multiple life, meaning your dream and is a combination of fragments of your past experiences on the past, and then that fragment will help you anticipate the future in the dream. Okay, according to the novel evidence from a new study. So this was made on June 8, 2021. So I'm gonna go ahead and research more about the organization, American Academy of Sleep Medicine, and then maybe they have a follow-up on the dream study, or maybe just a follow-up in general about sleep and the dream. Okay, so hopefully you guys like that. Again, our dreams could probably anticipate the future. So that's awesome. Okay, so if we can actually see our future in the dream, then we can at least try to prevent the future or to make it happen, because then we actually get to see how it plays out in the dream. So for example, if, like I said, on the job interview, you're really anticipating about that, and then you dream about that job interview, then most likely you will not be gonna screw up that interview, because then you already have seen it, at least in the dream. You kind of like already went through the motion then. So that's pretty cool. So I really hope they continue this study, because dreams are amazing. It's like your own movie and the star is you. Alright guys, so again, please comment down in the section below what you guys think. Do you guys think dreams can predict the future? Or like, nah. So again, please let me know down in the comments. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Good night, sleep tight, sweet dreams.